What's cracking, everyone? This is Solomon SK for Whiskey and RPGs, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. And yeah, we got a lot of news to cover, so I hope you guys got your glasses ready with your beverage of choice, and let's hang out and cover the news together. Cheers, everyone. So the next few news that I wanted to cover, we'll get some of the content updates out of the way from various MMOs, and the first one comes to you by MMORPG.com. Lord of the Rings Online update to 25.4 out today brings a new raid. So yeah, Lord of the Rings Online will receive update 25.4 today, containing several tweaks of classes, crafting, a new raid, and more. The new raid will be available for anyone owning the Minas Morgul expansion, and I apologize if I'm butchering that name. And it will be available on tiers 1 and 2, and there are some changes, not just the new raid, but classes notably received quite a few tweaks. I'm not going to go through all of them just because it's just such a comprehensive list over here, but you know, Captain, Champion, Hunter, Lore Master, Runekeeper, and Warden are all affected. Additionally, crafting received some attention specifically for recipes as well, so if you are a crafter, definitely check out some of the changes that are coming your way. And sticking with MMORPG.com, we have Warframe Revised hits PC today, fixes armor, health, shield changes, and more. Let's see, Warframe Revised, aka 2020's first mainline, is hitting PC today. Introduces Squad Link, Operation Link in parentheses, will be brought into the game. I apologize, I never played Warframe, so I don't know what that's about, but if you have, that's something to look forward to. I hope that's a good change at least. Of course, fixes are coming specifically to Ryjack and Scarlet Spear. I'm guessing that's some sort of gear in the game, but yeah, you have a list of all the changes as well. And armor, health, and shield changes are also coming as well. And again, you also have a comprehensive list of some of the changes that are happening to your gear if it applies to you. So yeah, I do apologize, never played Warframe, I don't know what really any of these changes are about, but if you do play Warframe, just wanted to let you know you got some changes coming your way. Now heading on over to MassivelyOP.com, GameAgo has finally brought back Rift's birthday events for Carnival 2020. And this is kind of interesting because I believe their official birthday actually passed, and the devs are just kind of slow to bring the celebrations back, or at least that's the impression that I got. But yeah, the MMORPG Rift turned 9 years old this week. My goodness, that is... wow. I didn't realize that this MMO was that old, but anyways, the company has now unleashed Carnival 2020 on the game. Traditionally, this event is named Carnival of the Ascended and runs in March in tandem with the birthday festivities. So if this is a game you still play, I don't know how many of you are out there. Just know that you have the Carnival, the event going on right now. And heading on over to Gematsu.com, we have another update for Genshin. This has been an ongoing update that MiHoYo, I think that's how you pronounce the company's name, has been doing, and they are detailing the Ningguang detail. I believe that's her name. But anyways, yeah, the official website for Genshin Impact with the description of Liu Harbor character Ningguang. Again, I'm butchering these names, I'm sure of it, and I do apologize for that. But essentially, they are listing out different characters within the game, different characters who they are voiced by, their personalities, their backstory, and things like that, which I think is really cool. So if you are into the lore of different RPGs, you have something to look forward to as well, and that they're definitely showcasing some of her abilities and skills as well. And just a reminder, Genshin Impact is due worldwide for PlayStation 4, Switch, PC, iOS, and the Android in 2020. I'm guessing it's probably going to be by the end of 2020. That's just my opinion, my prediction, but who really knows? Still looking forward to this game. And really quick, heading on back over to MMORPG.com, North Medea region comes to Black Desert Mobile. Northern Medea is the newest region to hit Black Desert Online, or I'm sorry, Black Desert Mobile. If you don't know, Medea is sort of kind of like a desert, sort of sub-Saharan setting that is originally been out for a while for the PC version. So if you play the mobile version, you got some new regions to discover. Heading on back over to MassivelyOP.com, Revelation Online announces Skyward World expansion with new raid, tutorial, and weddings. I don't know too much about this game, unfortunately. But in any event, if this is a game that you play, just know that the game is celebrating the MMO's 3rd birthday here in the West. But it's announced a new expansion called Skyward World. Oh, that's a bit of a tongue twister. Complete with a new raid, new class abilities, new battle companions, and an achievement update or system update, as well as a tutorial revamp and cross-server wedding. So yeah, again, I don't know too much about this game, but if this is something you're looking forward to, expect it later in March. And sticking with massivelyop.com, Final Fantasy XI announces its new Odyssey content with the next patch. And this is really interesting. I mean, I know Final Fantasy XI has been around for a number of years, and I guess it's not in maintenance mode, right? So anyways, the next expansion, or content update rather, is due out with the March version update. It also includes or contains all new battle content dubbed the Odyssey, and this Odyssey is being called exploration-centric content, and success awards items that can be used to enhance wanted battle equipment, as well as allowing players to summon forth in a form of Monbaru, I believe that's how you pronounce it, a new a buscade fight. I'm sorry, I'm butchering these names, and adjustment to Miru and domain invasion. Again, never played Final Fantasy XI, so I don't know what any of the stuff is, but either way, you're getting new content for a game that's particularly on the older side of its age. So that's really awesome. I'm really glad that Square Enix is still developing new content for a game, especially now that, you know, Final Fantasy XIV is out. So good on them. So heading on back over to massivelyop.com, Cryptic is killing off cross-game chat in Star Trek Online, Neverwinter, and Champions Online Monday. And I wanted to cover this because I didn't even know such a thing existed. It's been a while since I played any of these games, and to be able to chat with other people from different games, although they're still within the same company, which is still pretty cool. I thought that's something that more companies should do, but for whatever reason, they're killing it. On Monday, March 9th, 2020, we will stop supporting global chat across Cryptic games, the studio announced last night, referring specifically to Champions Online, Neverwinter, and Star Trek Online. I wish more companies would do this, but for whatever reason, they're not going to go through with it anymore. I'm almost willing to assume that it's because of the toxicity of some players, maybe. I mean, granted, it probably does take a lot of resources to do this. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a game developer, but I have a sneaky suspicion that there are those who take advantage of that chat system to just completely be toxic. But let me know in the comment section below if that's the case, if you play these games. So heading on back over to MMORPG.com, it reads, Skilling and Chilling Spree event returns to EVE Online this month with a twist. EVE Online will see the return of the Skilling Spree and Chilling Spree event. So they're two different events apparently. But there's a PvP twist, and in quote, you can rack up hundreds of thousands of skill points throughout the event by destroying player ships, and then using your amassed skill points to speed up training in any area you choose to specialize in. So given the fact that EVE is a very grindy game, even grindier than Black Desert Online, from what I gather, this might actually be a welcome change, or a welcome event actually. But we have additional information. The event is set to release alongside the March update. The broker relations update in March 10th, which contains changes to the order placement, and you also get the frigate escape bay, which will be introduced, that allows you to hold a single fitted frigate within battleships as well. So yeah, lots of changes, but it looks like this event is allowing players to be able to skill up a lot faster and be less grind intensive, it seems like. But yeah. And now we head on over to altcar.com, or altchar. Again, I still don't know how to pronounce it. I do apologize. But it reads, and it's cut off, but it says Fallout 76 Wastelanders previews panel, recap instances and NPCs. Made a few highlights here, the main ones that I found most interesting actually. But Wastelanders' story will take place exactly 1 year after the base game begins. One of the ways you could tell is that the Pip-Boy is now showing the year 2103. The two new main locations are the Foundation, which is the home of the settlers, and the Crater, the home of the raiders. Both settlements act as a hub locations where players can trade with NPCs and pick up quests. It also reads that the NPCs will be spread out across the map as well, not just in those 2 locations, including Lacey and Iselia, who you can meet right outside Vault 76. I am assuming they're 2 major characters within Fallout 76. Again, never played it, still want to, but hopefully this update will make the game a lot better, hopefully. But yeah, moving on, dialogue trees, the method of communication, has come back and will not be limited to 4 options. And that's definitely a feature that we saw in Fallout 4. Rather, it'll be based on your specials. Probably, charisma. I'm sorry. Probably charisma, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe it will actually require all of the special skills. Who knows? And lastly, some of the NPCs in the Wastelanders will be recruitable, and you can take them back to camp. These NPCs will give you quests and are romanceable. So this is something that makes me almost want to play Fallout 76. It definitely feels more similar or familiar to the previous Fallout games by introducing the NPCs alone, obviously, but it's really cool that you can actually recruit specific NPCs for your settlement. So one of the biggest news this week was the New World, where they share the different factions that you could belong to for its PvP content. But they actually have a quiz. The quiz is structured like a personality quiz where or you find floating around the internet, but it's nevertheless fun. You can partake in the quiz here. And so yeah, there's going to be 3 factions if you didn't know already. They are going to be the Marauders, the Syndicate, and the Covenant. The Marauders are a militaristic in nature, very savage-like, you know, lots of skulls and just look like absolute brutal war machines. The Syndicate, on the other hand, are far more secretive and use their intelligence. Think of something similar to like Assassin's Creed in terms of aesthetics, in my opinion. And the last one is the Covenant. And there are more fanatic and really just want to get rid of the heretics of the world. Think of them as something like the Holy Roman Empire or something like that, in terms of aesthetics. And so you have 3 very wildly different looking factions that you could choose from. And this is really interesting news. Heading on back over to Gematsu.com, unannounced Star Wars Project Maverick PlayStation Store listing leaked. And it looks like this article has been updated as well. But yeah, reading on, an unannounced Star Wars game titled Star Wars Project Maverick has been added to the PlayStation Store in Europe. According to a Twitter account at PSN Release, a robot that tracks the games added to the PlayStation Store, both publicly and behind the scenes. So as far as we could tell, this is the beta test version by this really long coded whatever title. PlayStation VR support is listed as no, meaning that there is no virtual reality game, and the play together parameter is listed as 5, suggesting it has multiplayer. So other than that, it doesn't seem like we have a whole lot of information on what this new game is going to be, but just know that there is another Star Wars game coming out. Will it be an RPG, or will it be an online RPG? Will it just be another single player game that just have online capabilities? Who knows? But either way, I'm pretty excited. We'll see what we'll see. Can't talk. We'll see what comes out. Heading on back over to MMORPG.com. Let's see. This is for World of Warcraft and Arathi Basin Battleground for WoW Classic unlocks March 11th. I actually do remember this battleground, if I'm not mistaken. Again, like I said numerous times before, I haven't played since after the release of Wrath of the Lich King, but I'm pretty sure I remember that battleground. But anyways, for Classic WoW, an update for Arathi Basin has been released, and it will come out on Wednesday, the March 11th, and it will be for players who are level 20 or above. So you got that coming for you if you are into WoW Classic PvP. Heading on back over to MassivelyOP.com, Star Trek Online shows off the Section 31 battlecruiser in a live stream. And if that's the look of the new ship, that looks pretty darn amazing. I'm really impressed. It's really sleek. It's kind of edgy too in a way with a black painted coat. But anyways, Livestream offered a look at the Section 31 battlecruiser. PC version has details on events as the Battle of the Binary Stars campaign as well, adjustments to the legacy, progress, and other few fixes as well too. So yeah, if you want to check out their live update, definitely head on over to their official YouTube page for that live stream. And heading back over to massivelyop.com, it reads turn-based tactical MMO Atlantica Online is arriving to Steam on March 26th. But yeah, it just says the tactics-minded turn-based MMORPG from Valfor or Valof and Nexon. Again, I'm butchering that, so I do apologize. Has been unveiled to be released on Steam on March 26th. And so I don't know if you play the mobile version of this game, but want to play it on the PC, there's your chance to do so. Heading back over to MMORPG.com, Black Desert Online releasing new free update Odilita? Oh man. Odilita. Odilita? I think that's how you say it. I probably not. Anyways, Black Desert Online is receiving a free update called, that name, is hitting Black Desert Online later this year. And this place is having the most difficult areas currently in the game, so this is definitely going to be endgame content. And probably the most interesting thing about this game is that you'll be rewarded with the possibility of forging and collecting a new Marquet armor set, the Black Star armor. My goodness. And so I actually did kind of look into a bit in the subreddits, and if I'm not mistaken, it requires like 6 or 7 Dimtree armor sets. And Dimtree is probably like one of the most expensive, like one of the highest rated in-game armors in the game, and you need 7 of them. We're talking billions and billions of silver here. Yeah, I just yeah, I'm certainly not going to be getting that anytime soon, if at all. But just to let you know that Black Desert Online is going through their 4th anniversary event right now in NA and EU with multiple events and promos, which is really cool. And lastly, we head on back over to massivelyop.com. Kickstarted Cyberpunk MMO Zenith pre-alpha is now slated for March 21st. If you guys didn't know already, Zenith is a Kickstarter game, as it obviously states there, but it's it's a virtual reality MMO, and they were initially asking for $25,000, but they ended up getting $250,000, which is really cool. And it's just a tiny team, 3 people. That's it, which is really impressive. Like, kudos to them for really going out there, taking a risk, and wanting to make something that they're probably very passionate about. I respect that. But if you don't know anything about the game, just really quick, it's sprawling cyberpunk MMO inspired by the anime JRPG classics and reimagined as a dynamic living world with cross-play between VR platforms and PC. Oh, so it actually doesn't have to necessarily be VR. Okay, at least that's the impression that I'm getting by reading that last part of the sentence. But yeah, if it's both for VR and for other platforms in for people who don't have VR systems, that'd be very interesting. I'd love to check that out, just because I don't have a VR set myself. But it continues on to say that the date of the pre-alpha is March 21st, 2020. But they also caution players that it's an extremely early version of the game with incomplete systems. And so, yeah, this is not even beta. This isn't even alpha. This is pre-alpha. So we're talking just new, the most newest, the crude, put together version of the game. So yeah, it's extremely imperative to realize that. Don't expect a full working game as of yet. And that wraps it up for today's MMO and RPG news roundup. I do appreciate if you made it this far with me, because the watch time does actually help with the algorithms within YouTube, and that's something that a whole lot of people talk about. But yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful Friday, and I hope you guys also have a blessed night. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.